So let's talk briefly about how to run programs from the command line using CodeBlocks. So prior to the growth of IDEs, development environments, integrated development environments, we would do a lot of our interaction with the PC through DOS, a disk operating system, but basically it worked from this command line. You could do all types of things from the command line, similar to what you would do through Windows. So for example, if I wanted to see what's in my current directory, what files are there, I'd have to type in dir. If I wanted to go up a directory, I would say cd ... It would take me up one directory. cd ... would take me up again. If I want to go back down, I could use cd and kind of take some shortcuts here, but manipulate back down. Oops, cd foo to my original directory. Now there are a host of other commands that are available that I could find out about using help, right? And over here we'll see that there is a dir. Now if I say help dir, you see that if I just were to simply type in the word dir, I have a bracket, a bracket, a bracket. If it's a bracket, these are optional commands. So these optional commands are things that change the way the program runs at the command line. So what we'll do is we'll try let's try a /L and maybe let's go to the next one, and a W wide. So if I say dir, I have that dir/W. So it gives me a wide format. And let's try the lowercase, dir regular and dir/L. Let's see what the difference is. Uppercase, lowercase letters, everything's lowercase here, and this one has a mix. So these are all things that change when the program is running. So it's a way of controlling the program without recompiling the program itself that was created. So dir is the program. So you can imagine there's something like an executable dir.exe that's running, but it's receiving arguments as it runs, even though we never compiled it. So the way our programs receive arguments are through these parameters here. So main, when the program is run, it has the ability to provide you these arguments. Java's similar in that it has arguments that it could work with, public static void main, but his would be string array args. So he has an array of strings that are available. The array of strings that we have, C has a different syntax for declaring strings. C does not have this as a keyword. And so what C has instead is the char pointer. It sees a string as an array of characters. So when we run a program, let's try to run, for example, this program. And we're going to look at the arguments that are received in this array. And since they come in as strings, we have a special function called ASCII to integer, ATOI, that will take in that string and convert that value to an integer, and then ASCII to FATOF will take that string and pass it and convert it to a floating point number. So let's take a look at that. I'm going to go back to the program, CLS clear screen, and then what I'll do is let's make sure I keep this visible. What I'll do is let's see what's here. So I'll type main.c, make sure we're working with the correct program. There's the program, and I'll go ahead and compile it. So gcc main.c, hit dir again. There's an executable that's created, a.exe. I'll run that executable, giving it two values, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Those values are passed in as a string of ASCII characters, but we have ASCII to integer and ASCII to float here that will convert those strings of ASCII characters to integers. So as far as main is concerned, argc has three values: the name of the executable, and then the arguments that are passed in. So this is argv sub 0, argv sub 1, argv sub 2. And so our program is going to take argv sub 1 and argv sub 2. Those two arrays of characters, those two strings, will be converted using these two functions to numbers. The first one will be converted to integers, the second one will be converted to doubles. And if I run it, it does the conversion. There's the integer, and then this one's a double. So that's fine. That worked from the literal command line. Here is how we would pass in those arguments from CodeBlocks. We'd go to Project and then Set Programs Arguments. And when we say set programs arguments, these are the arguments that are being set. So set programs arguments, and let's say we give it a 5 and a 675. Right now, those will replace the values that we would have normally. Were we running it from the true command line, we would do it like this. Since we aren't yet expected to be experts in working from the command line, I expect many of you will do this instead. So let's hit OK, and I'll go ahead and run this program. And when I run it, I get my 5 and I get my 675. So that program was able to successfully take in my 5 and 675 and show the output at the console.